All right, so we're here in the 2017 Canam Defender HD10, and we're having an issue with our headlights. As you can see here, it doesn't click up or down. The switch is actually stuck from the 3 positions of off, headlights, and high beams. If you look here, it's stuck on high beams. So I've already taken this switch apart and cleaned it once, and the contacts actually melted on the inside where the metal piece rubs on the contact. I'll show you that here in a minute. But we're gonna go ahead and pop this off and pop a new one on. All right, so it's pretty simple to pull out. If you work at it, it'll just pop right out of the actual hole there, and it's plugged into the wire harness there. And then it's just gonna unplug the front switch from the back harness. There's a little tab there at the bottom. It's always a good idea to have dielectric grease on the contacts. The switch only plugs in one way, obviously, because you can see the wording on the switch. So we'll plug the new one in and test it out. All right, so you can see the new one here, Canam part number 710004492 light switch. It works on many different models. I think the X3 and the Maverick Trail or something like that. You can go ahead and look it up online, but we're gonna open this up and get it switched on. All right, so it's pretty simple. It just pushes on so that it clips in there at the bottom. You wanna make sure that that little plug there is clipped in. Then it's just gonna slide right in and then push it on down. We'll turn on the off position, and there's no lights. All the way up, the brights are on. In the middle, the brights are off, but the headlights are on, and then off. All right, so here's the old switch. It doesn't move. I've taken it apart. There's little tabs here that you can see in the top, and you want to pop those off on both sides, and you want to be careful because there's springs in there that'll come undone, and then the whole switch will come undone. You can see there's 2 springs there at the bottom, and you can see the metal contacts there in the middle. If your switch isn't working right and it actually continues to switch, you can clean those contacts. Sometimes there'll be some black stuff on there that's just buildup, and you just take a piece of emery cloth or something and sand those down just to get that off of there. But what actually happened is, after I did that, because the switch quit working, you can see here, this contact here melted. So these little brass contacts slide on this metal bar here, and when somehow, I don't know if the switch overheated or how it happened, but you can see it melted that piece of plastic there that surrounds that brass. And so that's why it quit switching up and down, is because this wouldn't roll on that switch. All right, so now to get your switch back together, if you were just cleaning it and it wasn't broken like this one, this can come out. So you want to make sure that you have that in the correct way. And then you want to make sure that you have your little contacts there lined up, your springs are in there, and then you want to go ahead and make sure you have it lined up right. And then very carefully just snap the switch back together and make sure that they're latched so that the switch goes back in. This is actually upside down. It would go that way, but you want to make sure your orientation's correct on the switch, and then put it back in to the dash on the Can-Am. So I hope this helps. If anybody has a switch that's not working, it's very simple to replace. These cost about $30, but you can also clean the contacts in there, and maybe that'll save the switch for a little bit until you buy a new one. Thanks for watching.